Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a divine feminine check-in. The first little bit here, oh wow, got the twin flame. So the first little bit, I'm going to do what is the current energy with the person that you are watching this for. Then I'm going to do a divine feminine check-in and see where the divine feminines are on their purpose, on their mission, on their own evolution. How a divine counterpart fits into that. So now that's going to be a really interesting thing, because that may or may not be the person you're watching this for. It's going to be where a divine counterpart energy would harmonize with what we get for the feminines. Some instruction for the feminines regarding what we see. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the current connection that the feminines are watching this for? Feminines on the left, masculines on the right. Okay, two wanted to come out. Oh, this is so interesting. So feminines, you're at a make or break. So either you're going to decide to go forward in a new beginning with this individual. You're going to know it. The high priestess, the higher self, is mercy, humility, compassion. So even if you've invested in this person for many years, you may decide that this is going to be something that you're going to venture away from. For many, you're going to just know, and this new beginning is going to come in with this person or this new cycle. So that can be, you know, a romantic relationship. This new beginning can be a proposal, can be living together, can be conceiving a child. It can be marriage. It can be so many things. You're going to know when this next cycle comes in. You're going to know if the person you're watching this for is going forward with you or not. That's going to be determined by your alignment. So this is going to be a divine feminine check-in with regard to what my divine feminine collective is being instructed to do regarding your own sovereign path right now. Okay, so for the feminines, there's victory in sight, but there is still karma clearing. The karmic influences that have held you back and caused you to play small, that you've given the permission to be an excuse to play small, or where the wounding has kept you tethered to certain familiar things and you haven't been able to rise above yet. That's all changing. There's victory on the horizon here for the feminines. There's a lot of things we don't know right now. The moon, emotional volatility. So there is some emotion going towards the feminines on my table. And on my table, the masculines have this sort of crystal ball pushing emotion towards. So whether this is your divine counterpart, your life partner or not, they are sending you energy. And that's why you have to be discerning, because no matter what you call someone, a karmic partner, a soulmate, a karmic twin, a twin flame, a divine partner, a alignment buddy, whatever name it goes by, everybody is getting energy sent from their person, curious about what could happen here in the future. And so it looks like the general message is, feminines, it's your choice. You're going to decide based on your own reasons whether or not you're going to want to take this forward going into the future, because it does look like there is going to be an emotional sharing, and you're going to get to decide if this person that's bringing energy towards you is in alignment with this personal triumphant energy coming in for you, or if they aren't. So let's get some more clarification here. Okay, we're going to do one card. How can the feminines continue navigating this Five of Flames? Hope. We keep getting this card, which is interesting. So allow grieving. If this scenario that you're watching for has caused more heartache than it's worth, feminines, be honest about that and grieve it. If you are still grieving past relationships that are not this one, that is still clouding your filter to be able to receive love, you know, as this were to deepen, then grieve those past things, process that, accept appropriate responsibility. So this is seeing your side of the energy that has contributed. So even if you are a victim of trauma, you know, even, you know, childhood wounding, generational stuff, you still have been trying to detoxify that trauma by acting out from those programs. And so you still have to take accountability and say, the buck stops here. I'm going to not keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I'm going to take a good look at what hasn't been working for me, even if I think that's the way it should be or the way it's always been done. And I'm going to change that if it's not getting the results I want and need and desire and deserve. And so it's taking matters into your own hands, karmically speaking, and really taking a fine-tooth comb. Why are you getting opposite results? It's because there are faulty programs running in there that you might have, well-meaning intentions, but that's not going to actually bring the results that you're looking for. So this is time to really look at the things you think are the way you do it and ask yourself, are those specific things contributing to me getting what I actually want and want to receive in love, want to receive and give in love? It is worth taking a look at that. So, okay, new beginnings are imminent. That Ace of Pentacles is coming, and it's going to be up to you, feminines, with whom you go forward. It's never too late to heal. So even if you've not had the resources or the wholeness able to actually tackle the healing, it's time now, and life will always prevail. So healing is a very natural process. It wants to happen. We want to have, life wants to be alive. And so you do get the chance. So either this person that you are connected with right now is a partner to mirror what you need to heal so you can, or you're going to be healing more and more together. Only time will tell which is which, and you will know. You will know on a deep level if this is another cycle coming in to keep mirroring with this individual, or if it's time for you to transcend the patterns that you hold with this person. Let's get one message from the person that you might be watching this for. So let's see, what would this person say? I'm losing sleep over it, and I feel so much I don't say. So there is a lot of unexpressed emotion, and that's why there's so much coming at night to you, because your person is losing sleep. So even just last night, many counterparts have lost sleep. Okay, I want to clarify, what is it that you're losing sleep over? And I mean, it is obviously the amount of emotions that these people have for the divine feminines. I just need space so I can find my truth, and it seems perfect to me. So they are trying to take a neutral approach, because as we know, these connections do have a lot of unconventional perceived obstacles sometimes. So they are starting to see how perfect this love is, but also this victory coming in for you. It seems like it's alignment, like they can sense or know about your rise, your glow up, and they do feel like it's a perfect fit for them. They just need to know, I mean, they see what is perfect for you emerging. Somehow energetically, you may have told them. They just need to know if that truth is shared, if they fit in with that. So you're going to know if, as you glow up, feminines, if this particular counterpart is actually going to acknowledge alignment with your vision for yourself. You know, when you're true to yourself, that does it for you. It either, you know, people around you say, well, actually, that's really cool, but and it seems perfect for you, but it's not quite a fit for me. Or, you know, that's amazing. I didn't know how in alignment that would be for me because XYZ. People are going to know if it's their idea of fun or not when you're true to yourself. So yeah, there's this build, and some are going to share an affinity for the things that you're about to step into, and some are not. Let energy balance itself that way, and let those orchestrations speak for themselves. So feminines, you're going to know. And that doesn't mean that if somebody says they're not able to stride for stride with you right now, that means all is lost. That just might mean that this very next cycle needs to be a solo pursuit or with other people involved in a way that you were hoping this person would be involved. You know, everything is multidimensional, so it's not so simple as a yes or no once and for all. Follow your heart. There's more subtle interpretation. Okay, well, let's get into Divine Feminine glow up. So we are kind of getting this rise for the feminine here into more of the Six of Flames, which is public acknowledgement. It means deepening your recognition. It means being seen in your community as, you know, your reputation. It's usually somebody on a stage being given an award or credit or being held in high esteem. It can be your life work getting an acknowledgement. It can be you taking your career to a more recognized level, those kinds of things. But thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the Divine Feminines? And this glow up, this process of bringing their best to the forefront, for stepping out into the public eye. So for some, stepping out into the public eye. How does a divine counterpart, how does an aligned partner fit into that? What is the instruction we can see for my feminines that join me here regarding what we're going to be shown? What is the energetic alignment that's happening regarding these things? Okay, so how are the feminines thinking of these connections at this time? They don't know what to think. They're just loving themselves. This is the Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and we got the Ace of Pentacles in that first. So it's kind of like brand new beginning across the board right now. Feminines are not trying to make assumptions at this point. They're going to wait and see, and they're going to know that whatever happens, they're here for it. They're up for the challenge. They're whole enough. They can navigate it. They're going to know when it's applicable. How does a divine counterpart fit into that? Eight of Coins. This is a card of work. This is the specialist. So an aligned counterpart is going to team up, is going to take their career to the next level, possibly align with work. This can be working on something together. There are two pentacles here, and this counterpart is working on one of them, so it could be working side by side. This is the energetic development of the counterpart is going to be on par with whatever you're going to be doing next. So even if you don't have the answers, this shows that an aligned partner is going to be coming in with work involved. Now that can be emotional, mental, physical, career, spiritual. It can be on any level, so take it how it resonates. But an aligned partner will be cooperating in some regard, and you don't have to know what that needs to look like, but unconditional love will find that way. That can be, you know, at a distance with energetic lessons. It can be on so many levels, but for many, this is in the physical. What is the advice for the feminines? Okay, let the heartache fall away. Let any consideration of third parties, of suffering go, and be still and know that where this person would fit in if they were to cooperate in some regard, whether that's working together or working on energetic puzzles or emotional level or communication, whatever it may be that you've been balancing out regarding the connection, just know that there is a teamwork involved with a true aligned counterpart, and that when we're looking at this high priestess and the new beginning, you're going to know if the person that you are currently traveling with this way, if this is coming in or not, or if you need to keep going forward in your own right, or possibly with somebody else coming in if that's needed. So just watching how that plays out. What is the energetic? Auric cleansing, replenishment, renewal, and restoration. So there does seem to be a new balance being struck here, where something needed to clear, and now there's more affiliation, there's a renewal here. a restoration of the connection on a new level, on new terms. So what has happened in the past is going to be cleared, and there's going to be a different way of looking at this. This is not necessarily platonic, but it's not necessarily romantic. There does seem to be unconditional love, meaning the romantic angle is present here, but it could go either way. And so feminines, you might see your masculines coming in to help with projects. You might see there is wind in the sails, like the two are better than one, that there is more proficiency here, that you're going to have to set what you thought the attraction was about aside and really look at the synergy here, because there's some kind of an alchemical synergy coming in. And the lower vibrational chords have been cleared. To me, this card is talking about the energetic ports that we have, the expectations, the assumptions, the binding. That's all been cleared. And so whatever this working in tandem kind of energy is, it's talking about a renewed kind of win-win rather than an expectation or a tether. It's not an obligation or a duty. It's a freely aligned tandem energy here with a divine counterpart. What can we see for the feminines, specifically how they're thinking of divine counterpart? Two of Swords and Two of Pentacles. Isn't that interesting? We've got 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. So on the mind space, we've got this very open kind of consideration in general. And then we've got more of a fine tuning, like what would the next steps be? So yeah, the Two of Swords in the inverse like this is finding the thing that does work, not what we expect or hope. And it's like baby steps here. It's like finding the actual valid reason to look at this person and the connection we have with them. That's not wishful thinking, boastful, needy, imbalanced, duty. It's not those lower vibrational things. It's authentic. So this is like that practical truth that actually makes sense in grounded, physical, real ways. Leaving emotions out of it, these are the things that actually click, that make sense. So there are some things that are starting to make sense about this person that might not have been the original bubble love, honeymoon phase, romantic, sexual aspects. This is like practical stuff that's starting to come in. What do the feminines, what does the divine counterpart, how would that fit in? What are we seeing? Well, we're getting the 7 of coins here. So immediately we've got the 1 and the 2 and then the 8 and the 7. So there's like a gap closing coming together. It's like the masculines are coming into alignment as the feminines are stepping up in their purpose. And so there's an immediate connection point here. If it's not through the lens of the sexual romantic, there seems to be a practical niche that the masculines can connect with now. What is the advice? Surrender to whatever it is. This is the sweetness. This is accepting, being receptive to what can be, not what you have hoped it would be or the be-all end-all, but what is actually relevant and available now. What is the energetic that we can see? Duality, trust, contrast, balance. So even if it looks contrary or ironic, trust. Everything has dualistic pairs, and this is the way energy balances. We have to have one and then the other. We have to set the foundation and then get to the dessert, the sweet stuff. So just know the sweet stuff is coming, but right now it looks a different kind of way because there is this balancing act happening where there's been so much acknowledgement of the energetic, romance, sensual, that now the practical things have to be considered. What can we see, feminines, for the heart space about the connections. 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's the working together again. So this is you being self-made and, you know, seeing where your masculine authentically fits in. This is you acknowledging the compatibility and seeing if you can literally, you know, find relevance aside from the romanticized, the limerence, those aspects. This is you, feminines, really getting down to business. This is boss mode. All these pentacles, this is you. You have a calling, you have a purpose, and it's going to be abundant, feminines. And so does your masculine actually fit into your timelines, your abundance? And it's not an either or, but it has to include this. It has to be compatible. If you coming together with this person takes the joy out, takes the wind out of your sails, if you have to put them first and put this on the back burner for them, that's not an aligned partner. And so it's about knowing in your heart that these connections are giving you some acknowledgement to get on this path of your abundance and your financial and physical realm security. So that's very interesting. I'm just hearing that all of the feminines will have either just had or will have a confirmation that your aligned divine counterpart supports this. Either directly or inadvertently, you're going to get a confirmation that your person is actually in alignment with you getting down to your business here. What place do they have? The Chariot. Yes. So they are a vehicle to help you with this, either energetically, emotionally, mentally, or physically. This can be quite literally that it's time for you to kick it up a notch with your life. And in some way, they're going to be able to move this forward. So they will be now useful. And it's a two-way street. I'm not saying that they're there to serve you, princesses. However, they will have alignment to do so. They won't contradict. They will be complementary to you going for the gold in your life. And so if they are holding you back or in contrast, it's not time or they're not actually compatible. But a divine counterpart will be able to contribute to move everything forward harmoniously on your life path. What do the feminines need to know about that? Stay open to what can grow. Make sure that you only allow things to come on board that aren't going to be dead weight in the water behind you. You need to make sure that if anything is coming in, that it's a contributing energy, that it's not a dead weight. And stay open, even if it doesn't look like the full romantic scenario or any of that stuff. Stay open. Only allow things that are harmonious, compatible, that work in tandem to come in. What is the energetic card? Flower of feeling, compassion, emotional awakening, and forgiveness. So everybody is getting past the upheaval of the emotional boat being rocked in these connections. We're getting to a place where we've been seeing establishment of the friendship and a workable situation. So that can be with actual careers, and it can just be with, you know, true day-to-day living, but that's not dragging down, that's supporting and in flow together. This is where the emotions actually awaken and streamline. So the over emotionality is not the same as emotional awakening. When we hear emotional awakening, we could imagine somebody like repenting and seeing the light and being like blubbering. That's not what this is talking about. This is talking about realizing that we've come to a place of accountability where we can stay with our emotions in check and we can allow for accurate experience of emotions, where it's balanced, where it's appropriate, where our emotions are an accurate reflection of what's actually going on, where we're not out of sync with the factors that are at play, where our emotions are balanced compared to what's happening. And that means we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We're not, longing or expecting. We're being practical. We're being grounded. What can we see on the heart space regarding the counterparts? Strength and the Empress. So feminines, you don't have to have unnatural restraint with your counterpart, but you are coming into maturity where your ego is balanced and you're seeing your value. So whatever is going to be happening next, your true counterpart regarding your purpose, your mission in the world, your life work, your gifts, your passion projects, you're still coming into the wholeness that you can fully live your highest timelines, and whatever's going to happen with your person, they're either going to align with that or not. So as you fully come into your own, whomever is stride for stride and coming in, as you do that, pay attention to that. If people are falling away, let them. If they're coming closer, acknowledge that. There's something going on here as the feminine is humbly really stepping into highest timelines, that there is a changing. There is a recognition that energy is either for us or not, and we need to fully align with what is for us right now, feminines. How will a divine counterpart and aligned partner fit into this? They'll be coming out of the heartache. They will be resting. They will have their own truth. They will be able to contribute from their own unique perspective. They won't be at odds. They won't be adding heartache. They won't be adding competition. They won't be adding drama. They won't be adding wounding. They will be either staying in their own lane, or they will be contributing their truth when applicable. What is the advice? Stay present moment to moment, be in kindness, watch for small, simple exchanges, and don't expect more than is warranted. What is the energetic? A lot of telepathy, chamber of communication, correspondence declaration. So expect communication that might be small, that might be sincere, that might be truthful and kind, and based on your masculine or the person, that will align with you on their authentic perspective. Measure that external message or communication through the energetic knowing you have, and continue to choose what you need to be doing as you filter what this person is bringing in. It might be little bits here and there for now, but that can grow. We're being asked to keep an open mind, to just be here for this, to start small, to begin to see this come in. Remember, these are aligned counterparts. So this is what it will feel like. You will have the energetic knowledge, the energetic backing, the telepathic confirmation as you begin to step more fully into your full potential. You will have synchronicities, signs, but also their first person communication that they are in stride with you, feminines. And so that will increase as you fully step into this. But when you're not quite there yet, don't expect the full everything, because that would be codependent. You would be leaning on them for it all instead of coming into your own. So if you're not getting full communication and full alignment and all of that, just know it's because it's an inside job first, and then the pieces fall into place. But as you're establishing, it won't be handed to you from a person in form of a relationship, not necessarily, not typically, because you still have to find that within yourself. This is your rite of passage. This is your journey of mastery, feminines. Okay, what can we see for what the feminines are manifesting? Ten of Pentacles, you Queen of Wands. This is such a breathtaking combination, actually. So you're manifesting your spiritual embodiment that's creating your legacy. First person, not because you're in a physical relationship with a counterpart, but because of your spiritual knowing, because of your energetic knowing, your balance, your temple embodiment. That is going to bring, in this new energy, it's going to bring your legacy, your generational wealth, your future, your potential, your abundance, because of what you are internally, because of the work you've done on self. Feminines, this is what you need to keep focusing on, that the inner and outer reflect each other. And so this is your abundant embodiment, and it's going to be matched with material realm abundance. How does an aligned partner fit into that? Justice. This is what justifies an aligned partner coming in and matching you, is you having gone through this rite of passage where you've come into your own, you know yourself well enough to have healed, you know yourself well enough to cut out karmic behaviors and patterns, and you're on your higher path. That's when you know if somebody works with you or not, energetically and in all other ways, whether they're compatible. And that's what justifies a true life partner for the long term, is when you've gotten to this level of self-awareness. That's when you can justifiably see it for what it is, when it's available, and that's when it can come. When it's divinely orchestrated is when you're ready for it, because we're not given more than we can handle. And so you won't get it until you are capable of handling the real deal. Feminines. Beautiful. What is the advice? Stay open, stay curious, stay present. You know when you're in balance. You know when you're on point. You know when you're in flow. Watch for that, because this is saying you will be met stride for stride when it's time, if you're in this. What is the energetic card? Okay, Chamber of Incantation, summoning ceremony and invocation. So when you get to this level, everything that your reality brings to you is warranted, because you've gone through the rite of passage that qualifies you for it. You've anchored your worthiness, your deserving. You've embodied what you're a match for. And so this is going to be like a coming out ceremony, a healing ceremony, a gratitude ceremony, I'm hearing. So really look at who you've become, who you're becoming. See how far you have to go. Give yourself a personal goals list. You know, over the last few years that I've been channeling out here, it hasn't been easy for this becoming. There have been massive global changes, the COVID shutdown and everything restructuring. This is saying we're at the level where we can start setting goals that we've never been able to set before. They weren't available to us. And now we actually have the ability to set this long-term foundation based on our soul essence. We can bring our highest and best to the table now. The coast is clear. The time is now. It's time to set these goals, feminines. And so have a commitment ceremony to this aspect of you that's been a time capsule, that it's time to come out with this stuff. Go for it. I've got some exciting projects that I'm just in the process of really looking at creating. It's exciting times. Okay, what can we see for the actions the feminines? Oh no, hang on. Yes, the actions the feminines are taking. Warrior of Pentacles, and there's that Six of Wands in the inverse. So this is like the Five of Wands that we saw that was alluding to the Six. This is the same. That in the upright is this in the inverse. And Warrior of Pentacles. So this is the Queen of Pentacles again. So same card here. You need to be taking care of bringing through the channeled wisdom, modality, information, solutions that your karmic rite of passage has equipped you to bring to humanity. That's your niche, feminines. And so this is the action you need to take. You need to keep doing your due diligence to stay the course for your own well-being. This is you embodying self-love and taking care of your health, your vitality, doing the things that you know you need to do that will bring in your own nurture of self, but also create a generous energy in you. Just you doing those things will naturally lend itself, the practical solutions, the joy you have, the life force that you're living within will bring you into this recognition. My mom used to always say, I don't know what the quote is, but excellence brings you before royalty. When you are perfecting yourself and refining yourself, it lends itself to this path of becoming. You may not see it coming, feminines, but that's the action you're meant to take. Where does an aligned counterpart fit into that? Look at that, twin flame victory. We've got this inevitable destiny, the victory V there. And, you know, the gravity, if you drop a ball there, it has to go to this end. And so there is a natural alignment. You may not see what's going to come for you next, but you also may not see how this union will fit in. And your counterpart doesn't have an advantage, an unfair advantage. They are following this journey as well, but there is inevitably an alignment here that is organic, it is natural, nobody's forcing it. The gravity is bringing it into fruition without effort now. This is a flow, a streamlining. What is the advice? The energy has been in Hanged One energy, and now there are these epiphanies, time to move forward, time to take action. It's like the light bulb is going to go off, and feminines, you're going to know what you need to do, these next steps. What is the energetics? Etheric reflector, spiritualization of matter and reflected light. I'm hearing this is going to be reflected in your counterpart and in all people, pardon me, around you. And that's what's also going to bring this external recognition authentically, is that the light in you will be seen by others, and that is because they hold that light within. And this is a massive awakening, a becoming for all of us. And so this spiritualization of matter is this light in all of us growing, and so it all goes together. But a lot of these ways forward are because you are a trailblazer, a first fruits. You are bringing this authentic, spiritual, energetic inclusion forward in your life, and you're reminding all those around you to do the same and giving them permission to live on that level. Your counterpart is going to be mirroring that. The more aligned with it you become, the more your true counterpart comes to the forefront and reflects that to you. If that's not happening, consider grace, and either it will come in or it will fall away. The energy does it for you at this stage. What is the biggest challenge? Letting go of abandonment if things aren't moving forward quickly enough. If you have an expectation that things should move forward at a certain way and they don't have a bad attitude, is what that's saying. What would an aligned partner do in this case? They will be mirroring having to clean up their burden. So if you're left high and dry going, where is my person? Why isn't my person showing up? The challenge is they might have their own karma cleanup to do. And if you have a bad attitude, you're going to think, oh, that's not my person because they're not swooping in and saving me. They're off doing X, Y, Z on their own time. Isn't that nice for them? Well, they're probably cleaning up this burden if you're still getting this energy snag. That's because both are mirroring and it's not quite time yet. So the challenge is staying balanced, not pointing the finger, not blaming, not assuming, and just staying with it. What is the advice? The new beginning isn't quite here yet. And so you do have to set your own goals. You have to stay center focused on you and not go into the where's my knight in shining armor? Why isn't it happening faster? Because your person is cleaning up their karma still. They're balancing out burden in their life. Spiritual strength, virtue, and valor. So yeah, this is still your spiritual strength coming in, that you don't need to be rescued, damsels in distress. You don't need that. Your person is rescuing themselves out of karma. You need to be doing the same thing and going through this rite of passage, which qualifies you both. This is the Ace of Pentacles that we also saw in the first card. Going forward, that you will know whether you need to go forward on this path solo or with your person at this time. But right now it's not quite here, so you have to do your due diligence and just trust that in time you will know. You will know beyond a shadow of a doubt what your next steps need to be, and if your person is showing up at this time on this cycle or not. Everybody's in different stages of it. So just if somebody's not showing up, keep going on your own. But the challenge is not looking at it in a way that you're hard done by if somebody isn't aligning just yet. Take that out of the mix and keep doing your due diligence to follow your own sovereign spiritual guidance, and trust it will happen when it's meant for you. Everybody has different paths, different karma, different situations. It's not going to look the same for everyone. So if one person is having it, another one might not, and neither are less or more valid. What is the solution to this? Staying open and trusting divine timing. Exactly. All those messages. What will an aligned partner do in this case? They will be preparing for a new beginning, just like you'll be preparing for a new beginning. So an aligned partner, you will have seen a lot of their old life fall away. Karmic partners, you know, they'll be getting out of relationships, they'll be changing jobs, they'll be moving, they'll be doing all the major things that you would expect with somebody getting out of their old lower vibrational lives and moving into a brand new free and clear to pursue energy. So trust divine timing. If you see your person becoming free and clear to pursue on every level, that just might be them, but you're going to get left behind if you don't just focus on you becoming that. That means in every shape and form right now, because the new beginnings are coming in where there's going to be this teamwork, there's going to be more alignment, and it's going to start coming in and generating this prosperous new beginning. This is a new financial beginning, and for many it will be shared. What can we see for the advice? Wow, exactly those messages. So the Fool and the Fool in the inverse. Your person is going to start showing signs of being ready and to take a leap of faith. And if you're not ready, feminines, that's the flip side of it. Your person, an aligned partner, will be ready. And so don't focus on them, because this is saying, feminines, you'll have to play catch up. It doesn't mean you'll miss out. If it's actually your aligned partner, they will wait for you. But this is saying they might be a little bit ahead. If you're focusing on trying to find physical realm indicators that they've got this, it might surprise you. One day, all of a sudden, they're going to come out from hermit mode and be like, ta-da! And you're going to be like, oh, but I didn't think you were doing anything. So just a minute, wait for me. Feminines, don't get left in the dust. You want to be able to match your masculine. So forget what they're doing. Don't knock on the bathroom door right now. What can we see for the energetics? Enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. So get excited. Get down to business. Don't get in low vibe right now. The fortune is coming. We're going to be generating some abundance here together, and those who are aligned are going to be coming in. We saw work and working together, teamwork with physical abundance. We've started seeing that come in. The first major shift is the platonic and, the friendship, the true. It doesn't just need to be platonic. I know we're all attracted to our person like crazy, but then work coming in. We're going to be establishing these things. In karmic codependent relationships, the lust gets us hooked into things prematurely, and then all this other stuff never really takes off. We're doing it, we're reversing the process of this now with friendship, and then collaboration, and then the love growing naturally when it's warranted. So this is really beautiful. Okay, what is the direction? Two of Wands and the Emperor. So it's all under control. We're doing this together. We're in it to win it, I just heard. So counterparts are in alignment. We've got everything covered. The Emperor surveys it all and moves with very little efforting. There is a great deal of allowing. This Emperor is allowing the freedom the children are playing here. And the Emperor is protecting that ability to just play with life. And look, these wands are giving this safe parameters for all of this beauty to happen. This is like a global, lush, tropical thing here. There's such a safe container here. So we're developing a safe container with the friendship and the working together, the workability of these connections. Where will an aligned counterpart fit into that? Temperance. They will be doing the healing work. So I said that a few days ago. I think it was Harmony Light Tarot that said the aligned partner, your true counterpart, will do the healing work, and that will bring the two of you closer. Somebody who is, you know, a karmic partner or not meant for you won't be putting in the healing work. You have to acknowledge that. Those who are doing the work and coming closer, that's how you know it's your person. And so that's where an aligned partner will fit in here, is that the healing will deepen for both, for everyone involved. What is the instruction for the feminines? You don't know what you don't know. Just allow it, the moon there, just allow it to be what it needs to be. We got that in the first. Like, pay attention to what you're feeling, because you are feeling the healing of your aligned partner, I'm hearing. So just let that happen. And cellular light, this is like the Ace of Pentacles. Bioluminescence, self-illumination, and simplicity. Let energy reveal itself by what is there when you stop efforting. Allow it. Focus on self and pay attention to what shows up when you're in that alignment. That's how you know it is for you. Whew. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.